YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be discussing the controversial Galaxy Watch Ultra versus the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, because although these are somewhat of they're not the same. And in many ways, you're getting more with the Galaxy Watch Ultra, but you're also paying more. So is that cost in comparison to what you could pay for this, which you can get an extremely great deal on? There'll be links down in the description to the latest deals on this Galaxy Watch. I mean, Samsung's literally giving them away for free in many ways. And then there's other deep discounts from other carriers. But think of this. The Galaxy Watch Ultra essentially is a new offering. We have the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, which is the traditional. I mean, it's only been so many years of rotating bezels going back to the Gears 3 Frontier, Galaxy Watch, Watch 4 Classic. You know, there's been a couple of years where Samsung has skipped this rotating bezel. And that's what the whole issue was when the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic came back with the rotating bezel, which we missed when we had the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. But what did we get in exchange for not having that rotating bezel? I mean, you still got the digital one, but we got battery. And that's another thing that the Galaxy Watch Ultra is given in comparison to the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Let's get into all of the, little minute details, and then we'll break it down. Is it worth spending more on the Galaxy Watch Ultra in comparison to what you can spend a lot less with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic? We're going to get into all of the smoky details. Now, if I put on the screen the differences of the sizing, I mean, all of the millimeters, down to the millimeter, the main difference isn't necessarily going to be in the sizing from a circumference and a squarish, addition with the Galaxy Watch Ultra. The main difference is going to be in the thickness. There's a 2 millimeter of thickness increase with the Galaxy Watch Ultra versus the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So this bad boy right here is getting thicker. So if you felt like the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic was peak thickness for you, this may not be for you. Now, if you were fine with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which had a whole lot of thickness going on, but it gave us battery. And that's what you're seeing with the Galaxy Watch Ultra, which I gotta take my hat off to. But again, we'll talk battery specs in a second. So, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, but it is going to be worth it, especially if you can stomach the thickness. Now, whoa, that sounded crazy, but again, I like the classic watch style, but I'm also a huge fan of the Apple Watch Ultra, and the Galaxy Watch Ultra is a competition to the Apple Watch Ultra, which is a plus, especially considering the fact that you can't use Apple Watches on Android. So Samsung is saving the day and bringing an Android alternative to the Apple Watch Ultra. Shout out to Samsung for that. Now, there's another aspect of sizing and dimensions, and that's weight. 50 grams versus 60.6 grams, with the Galaxy Watch Ultra taking on that heftier 1.6 grams. I mean, come on now. If you can deal with the weight of stainless steel with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, and that's another difference between these two, is material, and that's what's contributing to the lack of huge weight increase, although the sizing, the titanium weighs a lot less than stainless steel. And that's one of the positives I love about the Ultra from, the other side, is the lightness that you get. Even though you have a larger, battery, a larger device, the benefits of using titanium is you reduce that weight of material used. So stainless steel, although is the tried and true, and I love it, the look of it is nicer, shinier, it's a little bit more. Essentially, it has that classic appeal that never gets old. And it looks extremely well many months, almost a year later. And that's the beauty of stainless steel. Now, titanium holds up just as well. It just doesn't have the same visual character. But again, that comes down to you. What do you like visually? If you like the more shinier, polished stainless steel look, then the Watch 6 Classic might appeal to you more, because as far as a size difference in between the two, I don't see it as being a deciding factor, unless the thickness of the Galaxy Watch Ultra is gonna be off-putting, but it's not really that much. It's 2 millimeters thicker, And when it comes to durability between the two materials, stainless steel and the titanium build of the Watch Ultra versus they're both on the exact same military grade standard, So I wouldn't worry about durability on either or. Now, when we get into the display specifications and the differences, it's apparent. Now, we got a 1.5 inch Super AMOLED. I think it's like 480 by 480, a higher pixel density with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Now, that's one of the things that is my slight concern, is that the Watch 6 Classic is going to have a more pixel dense AMOLED panel versus this newer style, different technology panel on the Watch Ultra. Because that Watch 6 Classic is sporting a 453 PPI. Now, let's get into what's the rumored specs of the panel for the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now, this is LTPO OLED. Now, it does have a lot more going in nits as far as the peak at 3,000 peak nits of brightness, which is record-breaking in the smartwatch community. Maybe a bit unnecessary, maybe necessary, but this is one of the brightest panels on any smartwatch. So shout out to that, the innovation of that. But when we get into the pixels and the PPI, things are a little bit different. So we have 502 pixels by 410 pixels at just 338 PPI. Slight difference in pixel density, but I don't think it's anything to stress. Is it a deciding factor? I wouldn't believe so, because Samsung is phenomenal when it comes to creating panels and displays for all of their products. I mean, and everyone else's, as you know, Samsung does manufacturing for a lot of people when it comes to these panels. So, you know, LTPO, and I'm pretty sure the reason they went with this is because they're doing a lot of things, you know, probably feature-wise with the panel, trying to extend that battery. It's going to be a lot of different things I'm pretty sure we'll see in the keynote presentation that leads to, you know, the argument as for the technology of the Galaxy Watch. Oh, and I forgot to mention, that's a 1.92 inch panel versus a 1.5 inch panel. So it is getting a nice increase in sizing, and I'm all for that. Now, when we get into the platform, obviously these things are going to be running, you know, the same to similar, I'm pretty sure identical Android Wear and One UI watch software, but you know, there may be some key differences. They may add a little something in there, or they may not. But the real difference in platform is going to be in the processor chip, because we have the Exynos, what is it, W930, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, which is a 5 nanometer chipset. But this new Exynos that's going to be in the Galaxy Watch Ultra is a 3 nanometer chipset, which means it's going to run even more efficient, which should equal better battery life. So not only did we get a bump in battery specs, which we're going to talk about in just a second, but you have a chip that's running more efficient. So I'm actually excited to see the 3 nanometer chip, because when we kept staying on the same 5 nanometer technology and not changing or improving to, you know, 3 and so forth, I was a little bit like, but we're here now. So no more scratching the head. Let's move forward in technology. Shout out to Samsung. Now, another area that's going to differ between these two is storage and RAM capacity. Now, the RAM is going to be the same at 2 gigabytes, so we don't even have to discuss that, but storage has doubled. So 16 gigabytes of on-watch storage for all of those podcasts and, you know, audio tracks and things that you want when you want to just go with the watch and put in your Galaxy Buds and do your thing. Well, that's doubled to 32 gigabytes on the Galaxy Watch Ultra, which is nice. And that's not the only place where things are doubled in favor of the Galaxy Watch Ultra versus the Watch 6 Classic. Also in water resistance rating, you have 50 meters on this one and 100 meters on the Galaxy Watch Ultra, as well as a 40 meter swim proof and dive resistance. So you guys know the angle. I mean, this is a competitor to the Apple Watch Ultra, so this offering right here is in competitiveness to that watch, because that had dive and all that stuff. So obviously they're going to offer that for the Android users in the Galaxy Watch Ultra, which is a W. Now, 2 more quick things I want to get out the way before I jump into battery. Now, Bluetooth 5.3 on the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, Bluetooth 5.4 on the Galaxy Watch Ultra. I don't care, but you know, newer technology and Bluetooth should be a better, you know, connectivity and later offering. Now, the depth gauge and ultra wideband support in the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Just moving better, just in a better offering technology-wise. Now, the true real, what I believe will be the deciding factor in between whether you go Galaxy Watch 6 Classic or you choose the Galaxy Watch Ultra, or people with a Galaxy Watch 6 Classic choose to even upgrade and pay the premium price premium of the Galaxy Watch Ultra, is battery size, battery life. So we have a 425 milliamp hour battery in the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, but we have the 590 milliamp hour battery in the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now this is huge. Again, this is not the first time that we've seen that 590 milliamp hour battery. Case in point, the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. This is where we've seen the battery. I've seen people not go to this watch because they've gotten used to this battery and stayed here. But now we have a watch that's similar to this, rotating bezel, more classic design coming in the Galaxy Watch Ultra, but with this battery. And I think that's a game changer. I think battery life is huge when it comes to these smartwatches because, let's be honest, you're not gonna always remember to charge this. This is an accessory, but it is just as important, in my opinion, to your mobile experience as your smartphone, because this extends it, this expands it, and in many ways for some people it replaces it. Like when you choose to go LTE only, go for a run, or when you're doing your fitness and you just leave the phone behind, having that option via the watch is clutch and it's convenient. So being able to forget to charge your smartwatch but still go on your next day journey with that same smartwatch comes in the convenience of battery size and battery performance. So the Galaxy Watch Ultra having 3nm chipset along with a large 590 milliamp hour battery. So this is a better chipset than what was in the Watch 5 Pro. You got a same battery size, but a better chipset, more efficient. And then there is the question of 3000 nit panel. It's just about how often will you go into that 3000 nits as far as battery pull and drain. But essentially, battery life should be most definitely better on the new Galaxy Watch Ultra in comparison to the Watch 6 Classic. And that's what I believe to be one of the largest deciding factors in between the two, next to price. Yes, price. Because you can get this right now for a steal. Links down in the description below. Hit them. Trust me, save. And in many ways, get it for the free boy, or get one, buy one, get one free, or buy one for the low. The Galaxy Watch Ultra. You already know when they first released, we got to see Samsung, because Samsung been acting, a little different in these pre-orders, scenarios. But typically you could get their new accessories added on at a nice sizable discount, which will help with that price, because that price is hefty. What is it, $599? Yeah. And the other companies at $699. So again, but it's a huge jump. $599 from the typical like $349 for something that people are used to paying, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? You're getting a larger battery. You're getting a more efficient chipset. You're getting, the latest and greatest. You're getting better built material in titanium. You're getting more features as far as, your water resistance, dive compatibility, and so forth. I'm pretty sure there are going to be other features that are going to be, in comparison to the Ultra of the other side. And I would assume that if you are huge on battery life and that this watch didn't do it for you battery life, or you didn't get this watch and you stayed with the Watch 5 Pro because of battery life, man, the Galaxy Watch Ultra is a huge contender for you, like massive. Now, for those who just always want top tier everything, Galaxy Watch Ultra obviously is going to be a choice or the option for you. But for my people who are more budget conscious, especially in this current, state of, reality, opting in for the Watch 6 Classic is a great option, especially considering you can get this on discount. Has a great look. It's very classic. I don't see the Watch Ultra as having the same classic appeal. And you're getting this bad boy at a discount, and that's all that matters. So again, like I said, I got discount links down in the description below. Go get them for the low, if that is where you land. Now, if you got a bit more budget, or you're going to be pre-ordering and you're going to look for those cost savings in the pre-order, stage and so forth, I don't see any reason. Obviously, when we get them and we function, but for real, let's be real. it's a Galaxy Watch. I'm pretty sure it's going to deliver on many ways that we expect and more, but I don't see any reason not to go Apple Watch Ultra, other than if this price is outside of your budget, if it's going to be too big for you. And yeah, those are the main reasons I would see not to get it. But honestly, me being the smartwatch guru, I'm all about checking this, Galaxy Watch Ultra out. I'm looking forward to it. The Apple Watch Ultra needs competition, and the Galaxy Watch Ultra is competition. So let the games begin. My name is CJ. I'm your smartwatch guru. You already know what to do. This is the Tech Corner. If you haven't turned on subscribe with the bell, what are you doing? You can do it right now. Literally, I'm gonna watch you. Okay, you are official, and I appreciate it. Ooh. Oh, and I didn't say anything throughout this video, but I'm gonna say something here at the end. The Galaxy Watch Ultra looks a lot like the Apple Watch Ultra. Look at the band. Look at the, build material. Again, this is competition. But I mean, Samsung. You know what? I'm going to just shut up because Android users, y'all be a little soft and sensitive about this topic. But you know what I was going to say.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man to man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night.